Hey family, so we're gonna look and see who's with me today. Little Worsey. She decided to come on a trip this week. So, still talking about David, and today's a lot about David and Jonathan and how they had such an awesome friendship. So, King Saul just hates David so much. We still don't understand why, except for that evil spirit that's come on him. And David goes to Jonathan and is like, "What have I done? What is the crime? How have I wronged your father that he is trying to kill me?" And Jonathan is so clueless. He's like, "Never. Dad would never try to kill you. Dad loves you. He thinks you're the bomb. He tells me everything. He would tell me if he was going to try to kill you." And David's like, "Your father knows very well that me and you have a friendship. He would keep that from you. I'm telling you, I'm one step away from death." So Jonathan said, "Okay, we got the New Moon Festival coming up, and you're supposed to go to it." So Jonathan and David, I think David had the plan. He said, "Tell your dad that I wanted to go to back to Bethlehem, to my hometown, to offer a sacrifice there, and I'm supposed to be eating with the king the New Moon Festival. And if he totally cool that I'm not there, then maybe he's not mad anymore. But if he gets mad, then we know that he's still trying to kill me." So they come up with this plan, and they redo this thing they've had going on, which is this covenant that they said, make a deal. Like Jonathan says, "I'm going to take care of you, make sure Dad doesn't hurt you. I want you, since you are going to be the new king, I want you to promise that when you become king, you're going to be kind to me and you're going to be kind to my family and my kids." It's a real sweet relationship that Jonathan has with David. If you think about it, he could be really mad or try to kill David himself, or just jealous because he's not going to be the king and David is. But he doesn't get like that. He still loves David and even goes so far as to protect David, the guy that's going to become king. So keep that in your mind. I think I've already said that once or twice before. So they made this deal, and they said, "Be sure that you do not ever cut off your kindness from my family." And later we're going to talk about a little boy called Mephibosheth, who was Jonathan's boy, and David totally takes care of him. Okay, so Jonathan and David reaffirmed their oath to one another, and they loved each other. It just keeps saying that they loved each other. He says he loved him as he loved himself. So he said, "Okay, this is what we'll do. We're going to go, you hide behind this rock, and I'll go to the festival, and if feel Dad out, and if he gets really ticked, we'll know that's the deal we've made. So what I'll do is I'll come back into this field, and I'm going to shoot some arrows. There'll be a little boy beside me. I'm going to shoot arrows, and if this is a key, if I say the arrows are beside you, on the side of you, then that means Dad's okay. It's okay to come back. He's totally cool. He's not mad. But if I say the arrow is beyond you, then it means Dad's ticked and you need to leave." Okay? So the deal is, I'm going to go to a field. I'm going to shoot arrows, and if I say they're beside you, Dad's cool. If I say that the arrows are beyond you, to the little boy, then you gotta get out of town because Dad's really ticked. So they go to the festival the first night, and David's not there. So King Saul just kind of looks, and he's like, well, maybe he's just unclean, like he touched a dead animal or something, and can't be around other people. But by the second night, David's not there again at the festival. And Saul's like, Jesse, he says, Saul's like, talks to Jonathan and is like, where is the son of Jesse? Where is David? And they go with the plan. Jonathan's like, well, you had to go to Bethlehem to make a sacrifice. And Saul gets really ticked off. And he says, Saul's anger flared up at Jonathan. He said, you son of a perverse and rebellious woman. Don't I know that you have sided with the son of Jesse to your own shame and to the shame of your mother who bore you? As long as the son of Jesse lives on the earth, neither you nor your kingdom will be established. He's ticked off because he knows Jonathan will never become king because David's going to become king. He's ticked off about it. And he says, as long as the son of Jesse lives, neither you nor your kingdom will be established. Now send and bring him to me, for he must die. So, safe for David to come back? Not safe for David to come back. Even gets worse. Saul says, why, or Jonathan says, why should he be put to death? Why? Dad, why should he be put to death? What has he done? Jonathan asks his father, and it gets so much worse right now. Saul hurled a spear at Jonathan, his own kid, and tried to kill his own kid. So, test question. When Jonathan goes to the field with the young boy, is the young boy going to... Is he going to shoot him? He's going to shoot the arrows, and then he's going to tell the young boy, what is he going to tell him? Is he going to say, they're beside you? Or is he going to say, they're beyond you? Who is listening? So, Jonathan didn't eat anything at the festival that night because he was so ticked off at his dad for his shameful treatment of David. In the morning, Jonathan went out to the field that they had planned to meet David in. He had a small boy with him, and he said to the boy, run and find the arrows I shoot. So he shot the arrows. When the boy was running, he shot another arrow beyond him. When the boy came to the place where Jonathan's arrows were, Jonathan called out to him, isn't the arrow beyond you? So the boy went and got it. And that was the key. That was the code. He went and got it. He brought it back to Jonathan. Jonathan gave him his arrows and his all of his weapons. Said, go back to town. The boy goes back to town. David had been hiding and watching all of it. He comes back, and he knows he's got to leave. And one of his closest friends, the guy that should have been king, that totally wants David to be king, and they were really close. They hug. Actually, the Bible says they kissed each other, and they wept, and David wept the most. And Jonathan said, please remember me when you become king. Remember the deal we made. Your descendants and my descendants forever. We got a deal. Got a deal? Don't forget. Alrighty. You guys have a good night. I think you got the gist of it.